Club podcast. I'm your host, Brandon Smith, alongside my brother in arms, Mr. Jerry Drummond. Sir, how we doing?
Could be better. We're doing good.
All right. Well, the short little hiatus for me is off. We're back. I apologize for not being on the last episode. Had some things come up, but we're back. We're here to talk about Week 5. We got a loaded slate this week. A lot of great games. We have some coaching news we're going to talk about. A lot to get into on this episode. Let's kind of kick it off with the news from a couple days ago. Mike Gundy, no longer the head coach at Oklahoma State. He got the boot. I think we saw this one coming.
Yeah, I think after you lose to Tulsa on a Friday night, interesting PR move from Oklahoma State. I don't know why you still fire him Saturday, and no one really talks about it if you fire him Saturday.
Yeah, How bad did they lose to Tulsa?
Casual. Lost 19-12. Did you not watch that game?
Not gonna lie, I did not. We won't talk about that though. I think the main thing is we saw this one coming. I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary. I don't know what are your initial thoughts? Is this a job that you think is this a desirable job?
Yeah, I mean, of the three open right now, I think it's Virginia Tech, Oklahoma State, UCLA. I think you could make a case for Virginia Tech and Oklahoma State being the best job available. They're the obviously 1-2. I think Oklahoma State's pretty desirable, but also that's because Gundy raised the ceiling.
100%. Yeah, I feel like. Would you rather have this job than Virginia Tech?
I don't know. The Big 12 is just so wide open. Like realistically, you could go in there and win the league in year one. I'm not saying like how I don't know what the chances are of that, but you realistically could do it just because the league's wide open every year. There's not a Florida State, Miami, Clemson in that league.
Yeah, it seems like I know Gundy had been complaining about, obviously, more investment from the university boosters, whatnot. I kind of went over that in the video. I think that was what he was saying about Oregon was more so kind of a cry for help. But I feel like if Oklahoma State does invest a decent amount, like you're saying, though, Big 12's wide open. Like, you could come in there in a couple of years, win the conference. Like, look what Arizona State did. Like, it's not out of the realm of possibility. I think, yeah, ACC is a little tougher, especially, UCLA in the Big Ten. It's gonna take a while to compete with the top dogs. But, I mean, there ain't no love in Oklahoma, but it's not a bad place to be. You got some recruiting pool there too.
Yeah. Anyway. Sure. I don't know how many times you've been to Oklahoma. Cool. Oklahoma's an interesting place. It's not really. It doesn't seem real when you're in it. I've been to Stillwater. It's a beautiful campus, great facilities. You're right about the recruiting territory, I guess. I mean, North Texas is expanding. There's rumors to be another Metroplex in that North Texas area. But Stillwater is still 4 hours away from Dallas. So it's close, but yet a little too far. I think this job will be a little more desirable than people think.
Yeah, I mean, if it were me, I'd probably choose Oklahoma State over Virginia Tech and UCLA just because.
UCLA is one of the worst jobs in the Power Five.
Yeah, that's a tough one. The people who do care, you're second fiddle to the other school down the street. Like, like we we're saying, you got a decent recruiting base. If they invest, it seems like, you can compete. You can be one of those top teams. Any team in the Big 12 can be a top team.
I don't think the problem was investing. I mean, they have all the money in the world for a Big 12 school that you kind of need in that area. I think it was just Gundy didn't. I mean, they didn't start paying players till this year or last year.
Yeah, they're probably definitely behind the 8 ball on NIL. I mean, gotta be. I guess this is the first year they actually use the portal. I mean, at that point though, it was too late.
Well, they overdid it with the portal. He's literally said in interviews like, "Yeah, I don't even know like half my roster right now." I'm like, well,
That's the problem.
I mean, he's gonna get a statue outside the stadium. He's gonna be respected. I mean, he's the best coach in school history, and if they beat Iowa State in 2011, they're playing for a national championship.
Yeah, that run early 2010s, he had them boys humming. So I mean, 100%. You got to respect all he's done. I just think, kind of, how many years has he been there? 20 plus.
He was there. What? Les Miles left in 2005, so he was there for 20 years.
Yeah, all good things got to come to an end. But
Was that Diet Coke? What is that?
it's cold brew.
Okay, cool. From where?
Harris Teeter.
Like Harris Teeter brand?
No, like it's what is it called? It's called Chameleon. Some of the stuff they have in the cold brew section is pumpkin spice.
Is it good?
That's pretty solid.
Nice.
I think they.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It seems like if you're Oklahoma State here, you want to try to hire a younger guy, maybe a OC that come. Maybe I don't know, Jeff Traylor.
I don't know. My first call would be GJ Kenny.
Texas State.
But with Texas State going to the Pac-12, he's like, well, I don't know. He's kind of built that Texas State operation all by himself.
This is true. I mean,
Zach Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons played under Gundy, so maybe that's one. I don't know. I would prefer if I was an Oklahoma State fan, getting a sitting head coach or a coordinator that knows how to manage a roster and can assemble a winner pretty quickly.
maybe Colin Klein.
Yeah, I said that in the video. Thanks for watching. That would be weird though because Klein played at Kansas State, and I wonder if he's waiting because like Kansas State's already sick of Chris Kleiman.
Maybe he's waiting.
So maybe he's waiting for that.
That's fair. What about Kolanecki?
No, no. I feel like I mean, I know he has Big 12 ties, but I think like is coordinator at Penn State better than head coach at Oklahoma State? Probably.
And he's only been there a year, so I don't know if he's really wanting to leave right now. But maybe what about Arbuckle?
I think Arbuckle's holding out for like a legit big time job, and also he's still relatively really young. I think he's only 20. I think he's about just turned 30.
Dang. Yeah, I think they could get someone decent though. I don't know who exactly. Maybe another name will pop up that we aren't talking about. But I think it's a solid job. If we had to power rank the 3 open jobs, I'd probably go. Would you go like Virginia Tech 1 maybe, or would you?
I think it depends on who you're talking to for the top. UCLA is the bottom. I think everyone can agree on that.
Yeah, I think it's 1A, 1B for Virginia Tech. Oklahoma State, UCLA, definitely the worst job. But yeah, intriguing to see who they replace him with. Like we said, Gundy's had a long, really good run. It just was time for it to pass. But anything else you want to add on this one?
Yeah, I feel like with these coaching moves, it's usually someone you don't really expect is going to become the coach. So I'm trying to think. I don't know. We could see someone like I've heard Jimbo Fisher. I don't know, but Jimbo Fisher from a organizational standpoint, I think would be good for Oklahoma State. In game, I don't think so, but I think GJ Kinney would be a great hire. He's young. He played at Tulsa, knows the area, knows how to recruit, used the portal really well at Texas State. So that'd be my first call.
No, I like that. I think it would be too for me. But yeah, it'll be interesting to track as well throughout the season. But let's move on to the slate for this upcoming week. We got a lot of games to talk about. This is a loaded slate. Let's go to our Friday night matchup. We got the TCU Horned Frogs going on the road to Tempe to play the Arizona State Sun Devils. Line right now is Arizona State -2.5. Mr. Drummond, what are we thinking?
I think beginning of the year, you'd look at this matchup and be like, wow, shootout potential. Two of the better quarterbacks in the Big 12. Arizona State's offense just looks like it's stuck in the mud. And TCU's Josh Hoover didn't exactly play his best game on Saturday. They still won by 11. Really impressed with Eric McAllister. Barnes is out, their starting running back, but Jeremy Payne just kind of looked pretty good this weekend. So I was kind of shocked to see Arizona State still favored. Home field plays a lot. I lean TCU in this one. I think TCU has the better, more complete unit or more complete team. I think their defense looks a lot better than they did last year, even in 2023. It was very porous. So I'll lean the Frogs here. What's the total on that, if you don't mind me asking?
Total is stand by. Total we got at 55.5.
That seems a little too high for me. But we watched the Arizona State Baylor game. Like, that's a Baylor defense that has been shredded, and Arizona State couldn't, like, they didn't really. Sam Levitt looked pedestrian. Outside the one throw, we had Jordan Tyson. Run game was there, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Arizona State.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I think we haven't seen anybody step up outside of Tyson that can be a consistent pass catcher for them. I do like their running back room, though, with Rayleigh Brown and Kanye Udo. This one's tricky for me because I think obviously an advantage to be playing in Tempe at night with that home field advantage. I do like TCU more. I think they're all. Eric McAllister, just holy crap. He had what, like 200 yards last game? Just
254.
Oh, yeah, they got guys all over the place, and they've had that guy step up for Barnes at running back too. So it's like it's the next man up mentality for them. This one's tough, dude. Arizona State's been tested. TCU had a good test last week against SMU, which I think is going to help for this game. I don't know, dude. I'm torn. This is tough. I'm going to lean TCU. I think Hoover, like we talked about, one of the better quarterbacks in the country. I think they have the
Yeah, a lot of people are laughing about that.
Yeah, some people were saying that's crazy talk. Shame on them.
Yep.
So I'm in agreement there. I think I like TCU on that one. Obviously,
I think it's the more complete team.
Yes, I think the defense.
That doesn't mean they're better. We don't know.
The only thing that scares me is it's at night in Tempe that things can get a little.
Yeah, but I still think I think this will be a lower scoring. I say that. Watch it be like in the 70s. I just think Arizona State's defense looked really good last week against Baylor. Um, and I think TCU's defense has played much better than people thought was even really possible. Um, we'll see. I don't think Sam Levitt has proven this year he can stretch teams vertically with the passing game. And when you just have Jordan Tyson, you can kind of just lock in on him and make other guys beat you, and they haven't.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. I think TCU has more ways to win this ball game.
I can see TCU winning 17-10. I could see 24 or 38-24. I could see if TCU wants to get in a shootout. I just think there's more paths to victory from a TCU standpoint. Now, Sam Levitt was balling out of control, but he has not been. He's played very pedestrian.
Right. Yeah, like you were saying, I think more paths to victory for TCU, more complete team. The only setback is it's on the road at night. So I think, I'll roll with TCU in this one. It's going to be a great game, though. I'm excited for this matchup. I think these are two of the better teams in the Big 12. So I think it's a don't be not watching anything Friday night, because this is definitely one you want to watch. But anything else on this one you want to touch over?
No, we have a question in the chat from Bryson, checking in from Knoxville, TN. Thoughts on Washington money line? We'll get to that. We'll get to that, Bryson.
We will get to that game in a few minutes. Next up, we have USC going on the road to take on Illinois. This is a ranked matchup in the Big Ten. And the line for this one is currently USC minus 6.5. It opened up at 1.5, and now it's at 6.5. A lot of movement there. So I'll go first on this one. Illinois, rough week last week. They got murdered. I definitely caused me to rethink a lot of things about Illinois. I think Indiana is this year's Indiana. I think they look really good. Illinois they did not look like they even belonged on the field with Indiana. USC's looked really good with Mayob at quarterback. They've been spinning it around with Jacoby Lane and McKillop, and I think they're another very slept-on receiver duo. They're really good. I think the defense hasn't kept improving under I'm blanking on the name. Can you help me out, sir?
Stand by. He came from UCLA. I honestly just Googled it the other day. D'Anton Lynn. D'Anton Lynn, sorry.
D'Anton Lynn, thank you. I like USC here. I think they're the more talented team. They've improved on both sides of the ball. I really like this passing game for them. I know it's on the road, which is tricky, but it's a noon game, so I don't think Illinois is going to be rocking too crazy, and they're coming off that, let's just call it, ass whipping. So I think this is going to be a tough spot for Illinois. The over-under here is we got 60.5. I don't know. I don't really have a strong play on that, but I'll probably take USC minus the points.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, that game's going to be at noon Eastern, so 9 Los Angeles time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm a little worried about, but I feel like it's not like this is their first year in the Big Ten, so I like Mayovo a lot. I think it shows a lot about the trust Lincoln Riley had in him. They didn't go out and get somebody. I like Eli Sanders a lot in the run game. I think Riley does a good job scheming it up. Obviously, everyone wants to talk about the explosive pass game, but his guard tackle counters are awesome. Traditional air raid run game concepts. Defense looks better than it has. I don't know what Illinois' game script will look like if they're going to try to just ground and pound and shorten the game a little bit and, make USC be physical for 4 quarters. That's the only thing I'd worry about if I was taking the 6.5. But I lean USC, 9.1 yards per play. It's number 1 in the country. Granted, haven't really played anybody outside of Michigan State, but still pretty impressive execution. So I'll lean the Trojans here, and I don't know. I mean, USC looks a pretty sneaky potential playoff team. Potential.
Yeah, that could be a dark horse for sure. I really like that offense, and Wayman Jordan, a name to watch, had over 150 yards last week against Michigan State. Breakout player for them. So yeah, I think we both like the Trojans here. Anything else to add on? Or are you ready to move on to the next game?
I'm ready to move on.
All right. Let's talk about, we got Louisville going on the road to take on the Pitt Panthers. The line on this one is Louisville -4.5. What are your initial thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, I really don't know what to think about Pitt. They were my sleeper in the ACC, and they were beaten. They blew that lead to West Virginia, ended up losing. So I mean, since then I've been kind of reeling off the Pitt hype train. But I mean, this could be a get right situation for Pitt. I don't know, but I just like Louisville a little more. I like Jeff Brom. I like Miller Moss. I like the weapons they got out of the portal. The second half against James Madison's really all I watched in terms of Louisville this year, and they looked good in that second half. So I'll lean Louisville here. I think you got to go with the better quarterback. I think Miller Moss is better than. I think is Holstein hurt?
Good question. Let me check real quick. I think he. Let's see. Because I know he got banged up at the end of the. To play. Sorry, this is bad podcasting, but. Oh, yeah, he's not playing this week.
Yeah, then I would take Louisville. Isaac Brown.
Okay, I don't. The Google is going nuts. It's talking about last year.
Oh.
So I don't know. I haven't seen. I'm not seeing anything saying he's out. So I think he's gonna play. Yeah, it looks like he's gonna play. So I think Pitt's obviously don't want to lose to West Virginia. I think that's on the road though, rivalry game. That's a heated one. So I mean, coming back home, you got a week off. Holstein's playing. I think I could see this being a get-right game for Pitt. I think it's a good matchup, though. I like Isaac Brown a ton and Miller Moss at Louisville. I think this is a pretty even matchup. I'll lean Pitt here. I'll take the +4.5. I think they get right at home. These are two teams I think could still end up competing to get to Charlotte in December. So I think this matchup means a ton. Both these teams are going to be ready to play. Going to be interested to see that matchup, the chess match between Narduzzi and Brom. I think that's also something to look
Yeah, I'll
for.
take Brom all day.
Yeah, Brom can scheme it up. There's no question about that. I'll lean Pitt here. I'm not too confident on it though, but I'll take them +4.5. Did you have a play on the over/under 57.5?
No, that seems a little too high for me. I just haven't watched Pitt. I've only seen Louisville a couple times. I tried not to. I don't want to put a total bet on it yet.
No, I feel that. Anything else on that, or are we good to move on?
You're good.
All right. Next up, we're going to talk a little bit about the 3:30 slate now. We got the number one team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, going on the road to take on the Washington Huskies. This one will be on CBS. We got Ohio State currently at 8.5-point favorite. I will lead us off on this one. I know this was a kind of a big matchup before the season, Big Ten wise. This one was getting talked about a lot. I know a lot of people had Washington as a sleeper for the playoff. I like that offense though with Damon Williams. I think he's a heck of an athlete at quarterback, and Jonah Coleman. That's a pretty good duo in the backfield for them. I think what I'm concerned about for them is the lines of scrimmage. I think Ohio State is very superior on both sides of the ball. They should have no problem kind of handling Washington on the lines of scrimmage. I think Ohio State's got too much talent here. I know Washington's a tough place to play. Believe me, I know. I think it's an intriguing matchup. I think Ohio State has too much. I'll probably end up taking Ohio State minus 8.5. But what are your thoughts on this one?
First of all, good question here from Bryson. Do you all miss SEC on CBS? Yes. The Big Ten on CBS doesn't really do it for me. You want to comment about that?
Oh no, I agree 100%. You just don't have the same matchups that you did in the SEC. I miss it as well.
I like Washington to cover this one. I know that sounds crazy, but I think Damon Williams is like you said, heck of an athlete. And Julian Sain, first true road start, and you got to go to Husky Stadium. I think Ohio State wins. I just think 8.5 is a little too much.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, I don't think Washington's going to be able to score at will because I think Ohio State's defense is legit. I just don't know what do we see from Ohio State's offense, in a hostile road environment. Granted, you have tons of weapons, but I don't know. I think 8.5 is a fair line.
Yeah, obviously it does help Washington. It's at home. They got a good environment. I think if you can get, Julian Sain comfortable into the game, kind of, let Bo Jackson get some carries, do some quick game and whatnot. I think they'll be able to kind of then start to take some shots and kind of we really see that talent advantage start working in his favor for Ohio State. I don't know. I like it. Washington hasn't played a pulse yet. They haven't played anybody, so I don't know what they're going to look like. I know obviously Ohio State's been tested already against Texas. So obviously it's a big road game for them. So I don't know. I'll not super confident, but I'll take Ohio State minus 8.5. You got Washington plus the points. Any play on the over/under?
What's the total at?
51.5.
Ooh, probably under. I'd lean under.
Under. Okay.
I think Ohio State could get up 17-3 pretty quickly, and then just be like, all right, let's just try to get out of here with a win type thing.
No, I can see that. Would not be surprised if a backdoor cover happened, but yeah. So I think we're good to move on to the next matchup. We got another 3:30 slate game. We got LSU going on the road to take on Ole Miss in Oxford. LSU is currently the underdog at plus 1.5. That line has switched from minus 1.5 to plus 1.5. Have you seen the
Yes,
post?
I think everyone's seen it. Wow, that was interesting. First of all, I thought Whit Weeks was a lot older than I thought he was. So that's interesting. Part of me wants to believe this is where LSU's offense gets right. I think they had a school record for completions last week, granted against I think they played Southeast Louisiana. I really like LSU's defense in this. I have a lot of questions about Ole Miss's defense, but I don't know, man. I don't know because LSU has all these weapons, but they still haven't been able to put it together. I mean, I guess Florida game they look pedestrian. I don't know. Who are you leaning? Let's just go with you because I think I'm talking myself into a pretzel.
I mean, you want to think Lane has just a generational play calling game with what Whit posted.
Well, I thought she posted that.
Or I mean, Yeah, what's her daughter's name? His
I
daughter's
don't
name?
know. Landry, maybe?
Landry or something, whatever. I mean, that's got to. He commented on it, said bet the over. So I mean, if
Is
I
he
know
even allowed to say that?
I don't know.
I don't think he's allowed to do that.
It's Lane, so I feel like we just give him a pass. So that's fine. I'll take the over. I think the man said it himself, so he's going to be in his bag. I don't know, man. Chambliss gets the second start. He looked good last week. I mean, LSU should win this one. They got more talent. I like their defense a lot. I'm gonna take LSU plus the points.
Yeah, I think I'm taking LSU too. Because I think LSU. Has to be the game where Nussmeier shows why could be a number one draft pick. There's just too many weapons outside, and Caden Durham. Like this is where they can kind of get the run game going. I think.
Yeah, I know we got a comment in the chat. James saying script talking through him. Take the under, fellas.
I think this is an under game.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is the total? Sorry, I don't know if you already said that.
Total is 54.5.
Oh wow, that does seem kind of low for an Ole Miss game.
Yeah,
The thing is, the Tulane result I think is a little misleading because Tulane, they didn't have to win that game to be in the playoff conversation. They had to beat Northwestern and Duke. So I feel like they were kind of gassed out towards that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I feel like with this game, I could see the over happening just because it's Lane, and then this LSU offense is loaded. Like it's gonna be a tough time. It's one of those. It may be like the style makes the matchup. Both high scoring offenses. I know LSU.
have we seen LSU been able to score at will?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this may be the game where they show that they can stay in a track meet.
It has to be. It has to be. There's way too many weapons for LSU.
Trades is back this week, which he's another red zone target for them. I know he's a big player for Memphis in the Dynasty League. That's
yes, great player.
Major pull for the squad there.
Great player, better person, culture guy.
That's right. Yeah, I think both of these offenses are loaded. I'll take LSU plus the points, and I'll take the over.
I'm taking LSU just because I believe in their defense more.
That's fair. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, it's just gonna be awesome. Like this game's gonna be sick. I need to see what I need to see what Ole Miss is wearing uniform wise.
Do you think they'll go the powder blue?
I hope they go with the classic navy, but who knows? They wore that last week, so.
Yeah. We'll see. It'll be an intriguing matchup, though. Let's move on to the next. I got another 3:30 one. We got Auburn at A&M. Auburn coming off a game where you don't want to say, you don't want to ever bring up the refs, but they had some very questionable calls.
Are you talking about the fake substitution?
That, and there was one other, I can't remember what the call was, but there was another call that just killed a drive where they were driving down. I think they scored on it. It might have been a touchdown play that got called back for some penalty that shouldn't have been called. I can't recall. It was a few days ago, but so I know that was an emotional game there. They're going again on the road at A&M. Auburn is plus 6.5. What are we thinking here? I know A&M has had a bye week since that Notre Dame win, coming back to play at home. What are your thoughts on this one?
Hold on, I'm mad scientist thinking. What's the total?
The total is, standby, 52.5.
Six and a half just seems like a lot for.
Well, isn't okay, never mind. Sorry, I had a brain fart. Well, we got a comment in the chat. How do you all feel about Arnold?
Yeah, that was quite the comment to say after losing, getting sacked 10 times.
Yeah, I don't think I wish I was Jackson Arnold either. Yeah, that final drive, dude. That was
All-time cover. Thank
uh,
you.
huh?
Yes, yes, dude. I had six. I had Oklahoma minus 6.5. That
And
was the
Oklahoma
greatest beat.
three straight sacks.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they gave up 10. They gave up 10 sacks and somehow had a chance to go tie the game.
Nuts. And that's
I
supposed
like
to
that
be.
Auburn defense. That Auburn defense is good. Falk's
Yep.
legit.
Yeah, he's a ball player. And that was supposed to be Auburn's best offensive line ever, and they got.
Well, in 10 years, according to Andy Staples. God, I don't know. I lean 6.5. Just seems like a lot because I don't know if A&M can stop anybody.
Yeah, I mean, and now you got Coleman and Singleton. Like, it's a tough ask. I don't know if.
I may take the over in this. I don't know. I don't know if Arnold. I just. Wow, this is tough. Do I trust Jackson Arnold to go on the road in maybe a top 3 place to play? Oh man, I like A&M's weapons a lot. I may like A&M's weapons more than I like Auburn's.
Yeah, dude, Craver,
Craver and KC,
dudes.
yeah,
Moss.
and their run game's better.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna take A&M here minus 6.5. I think the fact they've had a bye week at home, Auburn's coming off that was a physical game on the road, back-to-back weeks. Playing away, that's a tough spot. I think this will be a good game, though. If I'm betting anything, I'm going to take A&M minus 6.5. What do you got on the spread?
I probably lean A&M.
A&M?
I need to get bet down. I may check in on that on Friday or Thursday.
I gotcha. All right.
I just don't like 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, you think they should win by a touchdown? Like, you think they'd be able to cover that? I don't know.
You think Auburn doesn't cover 2 weeks in a row? Saying that's a good point. I don't know. Auburn to me. I like Auburn as a team. It's just Jackson Arnold hasn't really, outside of that one drive, we converted. What was that, a 4th and 11 on a scramble? Like they didn't really do too much. Like in the third, I think was that the fourth quarter when they took the lead up 1.
I believe so.
Outside of that, I don't know. It just seems like everything's like for them to score, it's got to be Arnold with his legs.
Yeah, they have to. It's very. They got to earn it. Like it just hasn't felt like anything's getting.
To use a baseball analogy, they have to like manufacture stuff. It's so hard to watch. It's like sac flies and bunts. They don't really hit a lot of doubles and home runs.
No,
It's all like single bunt them over, hit them in, sac fly. It's not like any big plays.
It feels like there's never any rhythm to it. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, it seems kind of not fluky, but like you can't script. Hey, he's gonna scramble here on 4th and 11. We'll be good.
Right. Yeah, I trust A&M more in this one. I know Notre Dame, their defense isn't what it was last year, but that passing attack looks a lot better than we thought it would be going into this year. That rushing attack is still what it is and what we thought it would be. Hopefully, if the line goes down a little bit, I'll definitely take A&M 6.5. I'll still take it, but wish it was like 5. If it was 5, I'd be like. But any other thoughts on this one? All right. Next matchup we got. We're talking about Alabama going on the road to take on the number 5 Georgia Bulldogs. This one's at 7:30 on ABC. Chris and Kirk on the call. Sir, what are your thoughts on this one?
Can we talk about how Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit are probably no longer the best booth in the game anymore?
Man, yeah, Chris has sounded awful.
Chris, he's doing too much. He has to do all the tennis. He does all the the Grand Slams. Then he has to do a Monday night game always, and then he sounded like very sick in the Georgia-Tennessee game.
he sounded sick for like the last 2 weeks. It feels
And then
like.
Kirk, I'm not a fan of Kirk anymore. So
Yeah, maybe this is a get right game for Chris.
yeah, I hope so. I love Chris Fowler. I think he's a legend.
Yeah,
Kirk
he's
Herbstreit is coward.
uh, yeah. So this one we got the spread at Georgia minus 3.5. That's crazy, man. On a neutral field, they only be a half-point favorite against Bama.
But yeah, I think it's mostly preseason stuff because they don't have enough data points yet. So
That's a good point. Yeah, what are your initial thoughts on this game?
what's the total?
52.5.
Over. Over. And I like Georgia big. Not big, but I like Georgia to cover here.
Ooh. Well, why is that?
Dude, Georgia's Georgia again.
Oh, you think this is like the Georgia that we're used to seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to bring up bad memories for the chat, but they were down pretty quick against Tennessee and fought their way back in. After that, I was like, all right, this Georgia team is legit. Stockton, I mean, this is going to be a good quarterback matchup. I think Stockton and Simpson, a lot of people wrote those two guys off, earlier in their careers. And now we get to see, they play each other in a top 10 matchup. I just lean Georgia here being between the hedges, as they say. And I don't know. I just like Georgia here.
Yeah, I like Georgia as well. I think, again, like since the Florida State game, Bama hasn't really. They played UL Monroe at home, and then they played Wisconsin at home. Both teams are pretty bad. So
That's a good question. If Tennessee makes that field goal, is Georgia still Georgia? Probably not, but that is part of being a good team. You got to be a little lucky.
That's right. Yeah, I like this for Georgia. I think they've gotten a bye now. Got time to get healthy at home. Alabama, I mean, they haven't. This is on the road. They haven't played anybody with a pulse since Florida State. This will be a big test for them. I like Georgia too. I like them minus 3.5 a lot. I might ride the over with you as well.
I like the over a lot. We saw last year's game.
This might be my best bet. I think I like Georgia a lot here.
All right, we'll see how much money you put on it. We'll see even better. You've been doing these parlays.
Yeah, I have been Rachel Raying it. I don't know, man. I need to see it with Bama. Like, they ain't playing nobody. Got murdered by Florida State on the road. I don't know. I like Georgia here. I think Kirby will get the boys right. This is one of those, like, Georgia hasn't been able to get over the Alabama hump, whatever the narrative is. I think this is the game that Georgia puts it to them. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, I think it's just going to be high scoring. I don't think Alabama's been to Athens since 2015.
Yeah.
I may be wrong.
No,
I'm trying to think.
Right. I think who's the quarterback? Oh God.
In 15, it was Coker.
That's right. Oh my gosh. Who was the quarterback for Georgia?
God.
Well, that was Eason, was it?
What?
Was it Jacob Eason?
No. I think 15 or Eason was a quarterback in 16 and 17. Then he got hurt, and then Fromm had to take over. God, who was? Stand by.
Bryson said, "Is Kirby Smart the most likable coach in college football?"
No, he ruins my life. Grayson Lambert.
That's right. Forgotten.
But that was when Mark Richt was the coach.
That's right. Yeah, Eason was.
Yes, Eason was 16. That's what I just said. You coward, Bryson.
Yeah. No, I mess with Kirby.
No, Kirby's great. I love Kirby.
Yeah, he tends to take people's souls, but.
Well, also, like, seeing a coach at their alma mater, like, I love it. I'm like, yeah, it's sick.
God, it is pretty dope. But, got any other thoughts on this one? Or are we good to move on to the last?
No, let's go. You're in a rush, so let's go.
Sir, if you have any other thoughts, speak your mind. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Last matchup of the day, we got the Oregon Ducks going on the road to Penn State. Whiteout and Happy Valley.
Just for that comment, I'm taking bye-week money line versus Clemson. Oh, man. What are the odds on that one?
Let's pick them probably.
Who knows?
But yeah, so we got Penn State minus 3.5 at home, whiteout game.
I need total too, please.
So yes, total 51.5. I'll let you go first, and then I'll go after you. But
I'll keep it short. Since you'll have the more tactical debrief. I think this game's gonna be lower scoring. I like both defenses. I love Oregon's front seven. I like Michigan's Penn State's front seven. The only thing I worry about for Oregon is seeing Dante on the road. It's not like he's a first year starter, so it'll be interesting. But this is just gonna be a different environment. I want to see those. How does Penn State look with the improved wide receiver unit against the top of the line defense, and I'm really excited to watch Jim Knowles versus Willie Stein. I think that's going to be maybe the matchup of the week in terms of coordinator versus coordinator. I think those are two of the best in the game. Like, how lucky are we to watch that? I mean, that's going to be a freaking battle. Like, you're going to see, I think Stein will show something early, and Knowles maybe beats him on it, but then Stein is just setting something up. That's going to be a hell of a battle between those two guys. So I'll keep mine brief. I like Oregon here to cover. Who knows how the game goes? I like the under. I see it being 27-24, 27-21, something in that range.
all right, yeah,
Do you like what I had to say, though? Was that cool?
No, I do. I like what you had to say. It was good points. So first of all, I'll start off. What I'm going to be looking for. We'll be attending this one. We'll be getting some live content on that. 100%. Oregon offense versus Penn State defense. What I'm going to be looking for. The only thing that worries me about this Oregon offense. Both of these tackles and pass protection have been kind of iffy, especially with Isaiah World at left tackle. He has a problem with anchoring. So when you're going up against a guy like Dani Dennis-Sutton, who's one of the more powerful, better bull rushers in college football, that's going to be a matchup I'm going to be looking for on that side of the ball. And then on the other side at right tackle, you got Alex Harkey, who will sometimes give a soft edge. He's not great in his pass sets. So he can get got by speed rushers, and that is what Chaz Coleman does well for Penn State. Their other edge player is bend the edge. So I think that's something that I'm going to be looking out for. Can those Oregon offensive tackles hold up on the outside versus those Penn State edge rushers? I think on the interior, Zane Durant, for all the hype he gets and the recognition, I think that he can get got in the run game. He gets easily set off his spot. He's not a big guy. He's only 6'1", 280. So I think that
only 280. Yeah, jeez.
Well, I'm just saying. I think that interior for Oregon is going to be able to move that interior for Penn State. I think that is a matchup that Oregon can take advantage of on that side of the ball. So that's going to be something I'm looking forward to as well. I am also super excited to see how DeCorian and Malik Benson look versus those corners for Penn State, specifically A.J. Harris. I think he's one of the better corners in college football. That's going to be another fun matchup. There's just matchups all over the field that I'm looking forward to. And like you were saying, that chess match between Will Stein, Jim Knowles. Jim Knowles got the last laugh last year, win that Rose Bowl game. It's going to be interesting to see what we do. I know Kenyon Sadiq, arguably one of the better weapons in college football, one of the better blocking tight ends in the game. Like, he's going to be a problem for those Penn State linebackers. I think that's advantage Oregon on that aspect. I think Oregon's going to try and establish the run game, really use that interior offensive line to the advantage, and from there kind of do some play action, hit DeCorian Moore, Malik Benson, stretch the field, get Sadiq involved. I think this Oregon offense is just, it's got too many weapons. And on the flip side, Drew Allar has just looked nowhere near elite. Yes.
Thank you. I think this is where you'll see Stein use Sadiq a little more. Not, almost like how Penn State used Tyler Warren last year. I have a feeling.
Do you think?
I legit think they're going to line him up at running back or like direct snap. I think they will.
I'm excited to see how much 12 personnel we use.
I think you'll see a lot of 12 personnel against Penn State.
Right, because I think.
Because you can max protect it.
Right.
Especially you're talking about the tackles having problems.
Right, we can use those tight ends. I think Jamari Johnson's another slept-on player. He's big, physical tight end that can move after the catch. I think you can use them to kind of help chip on those edges and help Harkey and World out. It's going to be curious. And again, to see if we go like any 21 personnel. I know we like Will Stein.
I want to see Hughes start getting in a rhythm.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've been surprised.
I think our best running backs on our team are the freshmen, Davison and De'Aaron Hill. The only problem is De'Aaron Hill can't really pass block, so you're kind of limited in what you can do with him. I know he can house it from anywhere on the field, so I'm curious to see how much we play Hill in this game because I think he's a weapon. Lamar's another great player. He's kind of limited in what he can do. Like, he's not a very natural runner. He's not really good at picking his holes and whatnot. But for Penn State offensively, I don't know. I don't love this receiving core. Like, I know you went out and got guys out of the portal, but like Trevor Pena's solid slot guy. Hudson can catch the ball, but he's not like anything crazy after the catch. Ross is solid. Like, I think Oregon's going to be able to – I think they're going to try to sell out to stop the run, make Allar beat them. I mean, if I was Tosh, that's what I'd do. I'd be like, hey, I'm going to sell out to stop the run. Drew Allar, you beat me. Because when has Drew Allar taken over a game? Well, let's just be honest. Like, when has he ever taken over a game and won Penn State a football game? I can't think of the last time he's done that. He had a good.
That is.
Huh?
I think that is the recipe. You would rather lose by Drew Allar throwing 330, and then the vaunted Penn State run game kind of gets limited a little bit. I think you'll take your chances with Drew Allar.
Yeah, I'll take my chances. I think the secondary for Oregon is probably one of the more improved aspects of the team. They got range, they got size, they're physical. I just think that Oregon's got more matchups that are favorable for them. I think this is still a great game. I'm going to take Oregon to cover. That's probably my second best bet of the game. I like Georgia and then Oregon. I think it's going to be a great game, though. I mean, wide out. One of the best atmospheres in college football. I'm excited. But I got the Ducks. I'll go like 34, 27, 24, something like that.
Well, there goes my over, my under. I'm literally have green on.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I think it's going to be lower scoring. I don't know.
I could see the over just because if Oregon starts scoring some points, then Kotelnicki's going to have to start getting in his bag and trying to catch up. So,
well, I guess the last time these two teams played, it was played in like the hundreds. So,
yeah, no,
I may rethink.
Both those seasons.
The game was played on turf, though.
True. But yeah, again, this slate's loaded. I'm super excited for this week. Yeah, man, this is what college football is all about, man. I think we're getting to the point where this week we're starting to get set up for the rest of the season. You know what I mean? Like we're starting to hit these teams are going to start hitting their strides. We're going to start to really find out a lot more about these contenders, what that group looks like. But yeah, and any other final closing thoughts you got?
Trying to come up for a name for this Saturday. Last week was Scavenger Hunt Saturday. We found out a lot.
What could we call this one?
I don't know. This is a good question.
Do we have to? Does it have to be like one of those? What is it called? Double entendre, like the SS, like
Alliteration? Yes.
alliteration.
It sounds better.
Setup.
I want to say like sellout Saturday, but I'm not trying to see teams are selling out. It's just going to be a lot of big games, a lot of sellouts.
I like that.
But maybe it's more of a. I'll have to come back with that.
Setup Saturday. I don't know.
What?
Setup Saturday.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
You're setting up for the rest of the year. This is where you start hitting your stride, man. We're almost halfway. Crazy thing. We're almost halfway. Like a lot of these.
I know,
teams,
life's over.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, setup Saturday. Let's get at it.
I like that. I'll do that. We'll do that.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode. We're going to be getting out some more content on the socials. Again, follow us on TikTok, Insta, Twitter. This will get posted on Spotify, YouTube. Make sure to do that. Make sure you're tuning in. Got a lot more content to produce. And, yeah, Mr. Drummond, as always, pleasure. And y'all take care.